Hey guys, it's Lego Ryan back with another video. Today I'll be reviewing set number 76192, Avengers Endgame Final Battle. The set comes with 527 pieces and retails for $70. The set comes with 6 minifigures, 1 microfigure, and 1 big figure. Here's the back of the box. I remember this scene in Endgame. And with that, let's get on to the main set. Let's take a look at the figures of this set. Here we have our first figure, Captain America. So Cap here has a few new accessories, such as Mjolnir. He has his new printed shield. The Captain here has a new torso print, front and back. He also comes with a new headpiece, especially molded for him. It has been featured in other sets, including this one, of course. You can take off the Captain's helmet to reveal another facial expression. This one is included with his hairpiece to make him look more casual. Here we have Iron Man in his Mark 85 armor, the one featured in Endgame, of course. He has some excellent prints here, including feet printings, as well as torso printings. Iron Man features a stickered shield, which is 3 pieces. This set also features Iron Man's old helmet design, and it is, in my opinion, a better design than the new one. Considering you can open the helmet and you can reveal his HUD. You can also take off his helmet entirely and reveal his non-HUDed face, and it includes a hairpiece. Now that Iron Man's out of the way, let's move on to Thor. Here we have Fat Thor with his new torso print and Stormbreaker. He also makes use of the Aquaman hair, but in a different color. You can also take off his hairpiece to reveal his electrified face, and if you lift up the 4+ cape it included, he has some excellent back printing. Overall, this is an excellent version of Thor. Let's move on to Wanda. Here we have Wanda, aka Scarlet Witch. This is a pretty basic figure overall, and she has, again, some nice torso printing and some facial features that we'll get into. Starting off with this, sorry, excuse for a face, this is not the greatest, it's terrible! Starting off, I don't get why she's smiling as with all the other figures in this set when it's a final battle. Another thing, her eyebrows are very so much miscolored. She shouldn't be smiling, especially considering she's been through a lot. However, she also has another facial expression, which is pretty much better. Now, this face is obviously pretty much better. She has some nice eye printing, and still she's smiling, which is kind of a downside, but she still has the eyebrows, but it's better. Wanda also comes with these Power Blast accessories to show her limitless power. Here we have Prince T'Challa, aka the Black Panther. He has amazing printing on his chest and his head. And he also has a specialized piece to make it look like he has panther ears. That's about all there is to this character. Let's move on to the Chitauri. Here we have, in my opinion, the most lackluster character of this set, the Chitauri Soldier. He is a standard Chitauri figure, as everyone in the wave is, I guess you could say, but he has a stud shooter. And you can, if you don't know how a stud shooter works, you just press down, and it shoots out a stud. Honestly, that's pretty much it for this person. Now let's move on to the Mad Titan himself. Ant-Man here has some amazing prints for a microfigure, I'll say. Very great. Honestly, in my opinion, he is one of the greatest microfigures I've ever seen. Now, let's move on to someone who is not nearly as powerful as the mighty Titan himself, but he's still pretty powerful. Let's move on to Thanos. Here we have Thanos himself. Now, if you didn't know, this is a new mold entirely, except for the arms. There are 2 new molds presented in this new figure. Thanos' new head can rotate 360 degrees, or you can just take it off entirely, recreating the scene where Thor chops off his head. Thanos also now has 4 studs on the back, so you can do things like this. Thanos' final inclusion is his dual butter knives of steel. These fierce weapons are capable of destroying even the mightiest of Avengers. Now that we're done with the figures, let's get on to the build, starting with I guess you could say, hey y'all, Scott's van here, because this is the popular ex-con van from the Ant-Man movies. Here we have Scott's van here. And you can see it's a very smooth texture as opposed to the jagged looks of the other compound in the set. And you can see there's an XCon sticker. It's featured on both sides. And at the front, you can open it up to reveal a little car seat. And it can fit 1 or 2 people inside, including this guy in here. We'll just keep in here for a bit. Moving on to the back, we got a printed-on sticker. Yeah. And it shows ants and stuff. You can actually open this part up to reveal the quantum tunnel in which Scott travels. Overall, it's a nice little van that you can easily put into any LEGO City builds if you really wanted to. Now, moving on to the compound itself. The compound has 3 main parts to it. Let's start with the one on the left. Here we have a spring-loaded shooter, if you will, that is easily taken off. Now, it's a very anticlimactic turret because you don't really see this in the movie. But there is a button on the back that you can press, and you can shoot Titan Thanos. Next is the Avengers logo, which you can also easily take apart. It's a really simple build with a really nice looking sticker. Other than that, it serves no purpose. Here we have the overall main build of the set, the Avengers Compound. I don't really have much to say about the exterior of the set. It's a nice glass window, just like the movie, but there is one thing of notice at the top. There's a little radar dish in which you can spin to your heart's content. Whee! If you flip the build over, you can see its interior. This is the first room of notice. It has a coffee table with a printed-on Avengers logo and 2 stickers, which include Captain Marvel and Rocket Raccoon. There's also a gun rack here, which is probably a reference to Black Widow. Here we have the lower part of the floor. As you can see, there's a computer and a gauntlet there, that being a minifigure scale version of the Nano Gauntlet. You could put this gauntlet onto Tony to recreate the infamous scene in Endgame. The Nano Gauntlet is a great inclusion, but there are some things I want to change. For one, we should have a print of all the Infinity Stones on it and not just some red gauntlet. And for another, I feel like it's too small for Thanos if he was to wear it, like the movie. Moving on to my favorite part of the set and my favorite scene in Endgame, Thanos Jail! As you can see, you open up this pivotal bars and Thanos is escorted inside, never to be seen again. And we'll never see the light shine on the earth once more, just like the infamous Endgame scene. Oh, the horror. Now the Avengers can live happily ever after without the threat of Thanos and his one Chitauri soldier ever messing with them again. In all seriousness, why the hell is this here? There's no reason to put this here except for the kid value. Now that we're done with the set, let's get on to the pros and cons. Let's start off with the pros. The pros include the excellent minifigure selection. I couldn't think of a better selection of figures to include here. Another pro will be the action features included with this set. Those action features, such as the spring-loaded missile, add a sense of play value to the set, and that's what I'm kind of looking for in these types of sets. Now let's move on to the cons. The only major con I can think of this set is the entire compound itself. I do not like the design of it, and it should be damaged, much like this part right here. It shouldn't be all complete, but I get that because the set was made primarily towards kids. What's this? A pro-con? A mixture of both? Well, I'll tell you. A pro-con of this set is definitely Thanos Jail. And so, this concludes of my review of set number 76192 of Avengers Endgame Final Battle. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.